How's it going? So it's time to poop on League of Legends. I wanted to see what they did with the Skarner, like this new rework. So this guy came out, Skarner. Another control tank, basically. It's like a shit version of Gragas, basically, based on what I've seen. But you know, like, what got me, honestly? What got me was, I looked at this guys, like this guy here, and I thought to myself, holy shit. Why is this guy doing this? Because he was like, you know, analyzing like his gameplay. He was like, you know, I think I wave cleared correctly. It was like 315. It's a good wave clear. And I thought to myself, shit, this guy actually takes this game seriously, you know? Like, I'm talking about, like, he takes it as if it was some kind of work. So I thought to myself, okay, so if League of Legends was to compete with work, right, let's see at least earning potential of the activity, right? So he's spending his efforts, you know, he's reading how to play, whatever the hell, right? Can it even compete with the minimum wage, right? So, look, I did analysis. So each sub on Twitch is $4.99. $4.99. Twitch takes half of it, right? Then taxes, you lose 40%. Well, not 40, but I mean, for minimum wage, it's going to be 80. All right, fine. So I made a mistake. It should be not 40, but 80. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. So that's dollars. So that's how much each sub is worth to you, a payout in dollar. All right. So if we take USD to euro, if we convert, you get 185 euro. Okay? So I looked up minimum wage in Ireland and it's 12.70 euro. So naturally what we can do is we can calculate how many subs per hour do you need to get minimum wage on Twitch. So naturally we take this, divide by this, and we get roughly 7 subs per hour. And then we can divide it. How many per minute do we need? I'll tell you why I did this. So we take... so each hour has 60 minutes, right? So you need 60 divided by this number here. So roughly every 9 minutes, there should be 7 euro. Well, there should be a sub every 9 minutes pass. There should be a sub, right? At that point, you're making minimum wage. All right. So I went on Twitch. I found this guy. Honestly, I accidentally clicked on him because I was like, I just did this. I'll show you what I did. I didn't want to be biased. I just wanted to kind of randomize it a little bit. So I went in here. I went high to low. I said eeny, meeny, miny, mo, and then I clicked, and it came out this guy. Where was it? Something Agur. I basically went like eeny, meeny, miny, mo, and he was in here somewhere. And yeah, he's now here. Okay, so obviously there's some streamers. So I ended up clicking on him. And then I basically watched... Now, originally I wanted to wait 9 minutes and see. You see I had timer running in here, but I want to see, will I get 1 sub every 9 minutes? I think, was it right? Yeah, every 9 minutes we need a sub. But then I thought to myself, okay, wait, we can just go to his videos and then we can just skip and see if there are any subs, right? So I sat here.
Actually, we could have played this if they didn't.
Now, what you can do is there's a little trick you can do, which is called... a lot of people don't know that, but
it's so worth.
You can control by 10 seconds by clicking J, which is back 10 seconds, you see? It jumps. Like, if you look in here, it's called JKL you can do it on YouTube or anywhere there is a streaming or some kind of video playing. Most of the time, default controls are J, jump backwards, 10 seconds, L, Lima, L for Lima, jump forward 10 seconds, K is pause, unpause. So K, you see it's playing, K, it's stopping, and then you can do this. Now, most of the time you have arrow, you can do arrow keys, but sometimes they don't work. Or they jump by like 15 seconds, or they jump, or I don't know, but like J, K, L always works. Right, so I basically...
Unbelievable that they expect this.
I basically very quickly went through this, his video, and there was not a single sub. And this guy is 3 times challenger. 3 times challenger. Do you understand how disgusting this is? This game has 0 earning potential. So unless, like, okay, because one of the things that was kind of like, I was looking at this guy, and I felt so sad, because I thought to myself, shit, if you are a football player or some kind of basketball player, and if you make it to challenger, I'm talking like you are the elite of the elites, right? At least you get a good pay. The ladies, because it's prestigious, right? You get to travel, you get good pension. You know, like, there are perks of doing this. And I then looked at this guy and I thought to myself, holy shit, why is he doing this? And you know, I just felt a little bit sad for him. Because he doesn't even realize that he's just literally wasting his time right now. So, like, it was just so, I don't know, I just felt sad, so I decided to make it, honestly. Because I felt, to some extent, I felt sad for him, but a relief for myself, because I'm so happy that I'm not really high-level League of Legends player, right? But some people say, oh, but you were Diamond player. Dude, let me tell you something, okay? I'll tell you a little secret how I got to Diamond as playing Tryndamere. Back in the days, you had this rune. I used to be like, I don't know, Platinum 3, I think, or something like that, back then, right? And then League of Legends decided to do a patch. Look at this. And this rune was released. At that point, like, once I hit Plat long time ago, honestly, I kind of lost interest. Because it was just like, originally when I started playing, I wanted to be gold, basically, right? But then I got to gold, I said, can I do platinum? I got to platinum. I kind of lost interest. I kind of played here and there every once in a while, but I wasn't really serious about it, okay? But look, when this rune came out, that was the old tree. And I looked at it, I said, holy shit, I can probably get like diamond. I think back then Master did not even exist. I don't remember. I think it was Diamond and Challenger straight up. I honestly thought to myself, like, I could probably go for Challenger with this. Look at this. Every time you critically strike, you get 15% lifesteal and 20% attack speed for 4 seconds, refreshes every 2 seconds. 15% lifesteal and 20% attack speed, level 1 on Tryndamere. Infinite. And I was playing with Ghost and Flash back then. People were flaming me why I was playing Ghost and Flash. They were like, noob, because everybody was playing Flash Ignite or Ghost Ignite. But I thought to myself, holy shit, you just need to stick on to people, because your one crit does more damage than Ignite early. That was my thinking back then, right? And you could just kill anyone level 1. I mean anyone. It makes no difference. And the amount of lifesteal you were getting, no tank could survive. I'm talking about they just don't do any damage. And you have to remember, this was back in the day when there was no cooldown reduction, right? Back then it was like, okay, you can buy cooldown reduction, but it's most of the time slightly off your build path. So you play against Jax, his E had 22 second cooldown. Do you understand? Like 22 second cooldown. So he accidentally presses his E, he would instantly die as soon as his E finishes. So yeah, Jax was still good back then, right? But you have to remember, he had to buy like 4 items to be effective. It's not like now where he just buys. Well, back then he was still good on Trinity Force, but against champs like Trinda, ooh, he was not very good relative to, like, his carry potential relative to Trinda was so small. It just wasn't really there. Because I mean, just think about it: 15 lifesteal and 20% attack speed, infinitely level 1. There was just nothing that could match something like this. And naturally, I got to Diamond back then. But honestly, I played like a lot of games, and I was like, should I go higher? And I was like, nah, fuck that, you know. Oh, my apologies. I was like, screw this. It's just like it's a way. I don't know. Like past that point, honestly, I kind of lost interest in the game. Like it was just back then. Maokai was popular, and CC was starting to get on me. Honestly, even back then. But you had ways around it, but it's nothing like in Today League. In Today League, there's just way too much CC. It's unplayable, honestly. It's just. And back then I was complaining, but man, if I knew what we had to do with, but I mean I don't play, but I mean realistically speaking, what Trinda players have to deal with today, oh man. But anyway, what I'm saying is, you see, I'm not a hardcore League player. Like I'm not really, and I was never that hardcore. Of course, I watched my replays. Of course, I did like. I watched 5 hours of Fogged explaining how to play Tryndamere back then, you know, but like it wasn't like, because when you listen to this guy, it's like as if he's preparing for some kind of exam, you know. It's like he's like, yeah, you know, I need to you know, to do this and my clear, and I should have ganked in here. It's like, dude, you're playing a video game, right? It's like I was also thinking to myself, holy shit, it's like, imagine, like, this is what it sounds like to most people, because, I mean, I hadn't played League, like, seriously for a very, very long time. And I had uninstalled it, and now, like, 5 days it's gone. Remember, like, League of Legends, after 2 to 3 days, your brain gets detoxed, and it starts to look like a ordinary game. Do you know what I mean? You not really get this buzz feeling, it's like, oh, League of Legends, oh, I need to play. But after like 3 days, it's like completely gone. So you kind of, your brain is kind of a lot more logical about it. So it's like somebody tells me, oh, I'm like challenger in League of Legends. It's like somebody comes up to me and they say, hey, I'm a tier 1 player in really alien game. It's like, okay. Or like, let's say you're on a date with a girl, and you're like, so, you know, how's it going, blah, 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 you know, so tell me about yourself, what did you do in college, blah, blah, blah. And she's like, oh, I didn't go to college, I spent time playing dress up. And I'm top 10 players for dress up. Do you know what I'm saying? It's like, at that point, you see, what's going through my head is like, okay, is that like, do you make like a lot of money, or why would you do it? It's like, oh no, it's just like a game, you know, for kids, you know. And then you say, okay, you can, like, how do you justify it? Do you know what I mean? Like, how do you, and like you follow question, oh, that's fine, and okay, so how long did it take you to get there? And she's like, oh, 10 years. I was like, so what's going through my head, if I was on this day, I was like, okay, does she make a lot of money doing this, or what? Because because you have to remember, after a certain period of time, the utility and fun is getting removed from your activity, because you reach certain level where everything is so repetitive, it's no longer fun, right? So like me with programming right now, I can't say some things are fun, but most of the time it's not super exciting, I would say, right? Because everything is so predictable, everything is so easy. You kind of like, once you reach certain level of mastery, the fun kind of goes out of it. And for most activities in life, there are like that, because I've seen some. So, for example, there was an interview with Celine Dion. They were asking about her singing, and she was like, oh my god, singing, right? And she was like, you could see she was so bored, because you have to do this singing exercises every single day, over and over and over, to reach certain level of mastery, and you have to remember you're doing that for like 10, 20 years sometimes, and it will get boring, right? So unless there is some kind of hardcore payoff, you're not going to be doing it yourself. So which tells me is like, okay, this guy, he's either new, or the second option, he's probably giga addicted. That's where I kind of slide in the kind of my reasoning behind why would people play this, because after 10 years there's no way you're gonna enjoy this game. And in fact, most people rage, they don't like it. If you listen to like Tarzan, for example, he's like a top tier challenger jungler, he absolutely hates the game, hates it. There are other players, who was it, like I watched maybe like 5 years ago with Wings of Death, I think he plays Riven. I don't know what he plays now, but he used to play Riven, maybe it changed. And he doesn't like it either. He was like, back then he was saying, dude, like if League was not popular, I would not stream it at all. I wouldn't even play it. But because it's so popular, naturally he doesn't like. So you either get a good payout, right, or you're addicted. There's no other way to kind of put it. Do you know what I'm saying? So, or you're new, like, because League is kind of interesting in the first maybe 2 years. Or if you're like me, you know, when you're just jamming everyone, like me, like Trinda was as OP as he is in one-on-one back then. So like naturally you just slam everyone. And you can carry. Back then was like, there was like Dragon was like, whatever, dude, extra 1,000 gold per team, whatever, 200 per person, doesn't do much. Do you know what I mean? You can take a turret. 2 turrets were the same as taking the Dragon. Do you know what I mean? So there was no Herald. The only problem was Baron, but you could solo Baron as Trinda, like, no problem. It's not like now where like you need entire team, gazillion amount of lifesteal, and it's gonna take you like a minute to smack him. Back then you could do it a lot faster. But you see, they had to nerf the rune, and then it became completely useless. They turned it into Fleet of Footwork. Think about it, right? 15% lifesteal and 20% bonus attack damage, infinite. And it became Fleet of Footwork. It's embarrassing. Like what they did to carries relative to what they did to tanks, it's like horrendous. It's just horrendous. It was still good, even for Trinda in here. Honestly, when this rune came out, Yasuo and Tryndamere were like almost 60% win rate, both of them. Anybody who was a critical strike dealer was just like, just giga overbuffed, basically. So it's just like I'm kind of feel sorry for this guy, to be honest with you. Like, you know, he's like. There was another thing I want to show you. Wait one sec. Yeah, look, you go to Challenger mode, you find this guy, he's a Grandmaster player, and he offers coaching for $6. For like 2 hours, I think. $6! Do you understand like how problematic it is to make money in this game? And in terms of like prestige, I mean, he's like, relative to football, like imagine Ronaldo, imagine becoming like a professional football player, like you have to hustle so much to be a professional football player, and then the payoff is $6 for a coaching session. Like, why would you do this? You like, there's no other way to explain this. It's just, it has to be addictive. There is no other way. I can't find any reason why would you do it, you know? So I'm telling you, just like stay away from this game altogether. It's not worth it, you know? Or like if you're playing with friends for fun, okay, fine. But I mean, don't like, this guy is like taking it seriously. I'll link this video, just look at him. It's like, dude, like, it's a video game for kids. And he's like, yeah, you know, a timer, I'm going to like, dude, okay. First of all, there is an extension you can get which is called Professor, and you don't need to time jack shit. You click a button and it times for you. right? I play 1-on-1, so I see it in here. I'm assuming you're gonna have 5 of them, so every time somebody flashes, you click a button, times for you, so you don't need to keep it in your head at all. And he's like, yeah, you know, I cleared in here, and then I'm gonna go and gank. I'm gonna do it like, oh, Jesus. Like, dude, it's a game for kids, okay? Wheelie Aliens, rank 1. And the best you can do is €60. Grandmaster, €60 for €3 per hour. And this guy is 3 times challenger. I think he's like top 5 or top 10 on EU West. Not a single sub in 25 minutes.
Play this if it results maybe.
Oh my god. Like, why would you do this? Come on, there's gotta be a sub at least 30 minutes in, okay? Give us a break, will ya? Come on, somebody sub to this guy, please. So he can justify becoming rank 1 Wheelie Aliens player. Somebody. 3 seconds. No! Is he gonna go? No! So he's making less than the minimum wage, basically. He's basically below poverty. So this guy is triple challenger, top 5 players on EU West, and he is below poverty level. And this guy is like very, very looking forward to being there. Oh my god. Like, it's just, you know, from perspective of a business person, investor, I'm looking at this and like, imagine you walk into Shark Tank and be like, hello, gentlemen, I'd like you to invest with me. So what is your business plan? I'm planning to play Skarner for a living. What's that? League of Legends! Video game! It's like, and some people spend like 10 years on this. It's like, oh my god, like, really? So I'm just like giving you a heads up, right? So if you're this guy right now sitting here, this is what you're gonna become eventually. This guy here. Triple challenger player, and he is below poverty level. If it wasn't for the social welfare systems, this guy would be eating meals from there are like charity places, soup kitchens, right, where homeless people are. Oh, anyway, that's my rant for today. I'm gonna link this in the description below so you can see for yourself, right? This guy is a €3 per hour. There's no market for this. Like, just be aware that it's like it's a kid's game. I know it's popular, but I mean, it's just like, you can't make money in here, okay? You can't make a living on it. It's a waste of time. And outside of this bubble, there is no benefit of being like this guy. And I already made multiple videos where I was like, I even made a video where I was calling restaurants. I was trying to get a free takeaway for a challenger player. And surprisingly enough, nobody knows what League of Legends is. Like, literally no one. I called like, what, 4 restaurants, I think, or 3. They didn't know. Alright, so be aware. Don't waste your time. Take care, bye-bye.